noise that's coming through on your end once in a while.
I think it's a cell phone or something.
Running? No, it sounds like a digital... somehow your computer's accessing something digital, and it's... I don't know how to explain it if you know anything about computers, but you can actually hear what's going on when the hard drive is accessing something. So...
Sounds kind of like a mobile phone.
No, it didn't sound like a mobile phone. It sounded like...
Well, like not the ringing, but if you put a mobile phone near, like headphones, it does make that, like, exact
some type of interruption or something?
I have no idea, guys. I'm really...
Alright, maybe somebody with a real strong CB radio or something interfering with the works. No,
oh no, it's just me with a computer and a microphone, and the air conditioning's on. That's about all I can tell you.
It's gone now. It's not happening anymore. So you just carry on with your spiel.
Well, here, Theo, if you're taking on the position of a theist, and Kredos, don't think that this is anything personal to you, because you know damn well we ask this to everything. For most of us in this room to show that whether or not, you know, you're a quote-unquote threat or not, okay? If God asked you to kill an atheist, would you?
Yeah, but that's not what this is about.
No,
this isn't about God talking to any one of us.
No, that's not what this is about, but it's what you're about. Why would we argue with you? Why would we try and deal with you on these positions? Okay? So, we asked a question to all of these theists, okay? Would you kill an atheist, you know, for your God, if God told you? Yes or no?
If I were a Christian and God told me to kill anything, I'd say, fuck you. Okay. But that's why I'm not a Christian.
Right. Okay, so... now that we have established that, you know, hi, how you doing, man? Glad to meet you. Let's forget about religion. Let's go have a beer.
Thank you. What I'm getting at is that I don't think you can take something. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think it's a legitimate argument against Christianity to bring up something Jesus said to somebody else. Jesus was a guy. He's not required to be completely consistent all the time. He'll say one thing to this person and he'll say something else to that person. He was micromanaging. He was running around. He had a lot of people coming to him asking him for advice. He was the religious leader at the time. He was considered an authority and seen as that by a lot of people. He said, if your eyes offend you, pluck them out. Are you guys really arguing that Jesus wanted people to pluck their own eyeballs out, or do you think he was saying, get off my back, deal with this yourself, you know, I don't have time for you?
Theo, what...
are you really going to micromanage all these...
Take yourself and put yourself in the shoes of a Christian. What kind of a Christian? You've already shown that you're not a very good Christian. I mean, you're already telling God to get fucked, okay? You would tell God to get fucked. You would deny God, all right? So let's take and put you into the shoes of Christian hillbilly, yoke up, butch, somebody like this. Now try and make your argument. What's your position now?
What I'm telling you is that the point that I'm making, I think, is more valid and less biased by the fact that I'm an adamant enemy of Christianity, but I'm still able to look at this and say, this is not a valid argument against Christianity. Even if Christianity were completely true, this wouldn't be, if I embraced everything about Christianity, this would not be a problem for me. And it's not a problem for me as an atheist. I have no problem with Jesus telling one guy that he has to leave all his possessions and that not applying to every person. What?
The little hard drive LED, was it just blinking on your computer? The noise just coming up right now. All right. So it's not accessing something. So there's some type of interference affecting your microphone or your computer, sending something over. I don't know what it could be. I'm just letting you know about it. You make your points for a moderate, okay, not somebody that is a staunch religious Christian. However, the passages show that you don't want to think that they are, adherent to some type of commandment, that you don't have a problem with them. Well, that's your style. Okay? Other people are going to have a problem with this because it shows a specific indoctrination level. It shows a specific need for Jesus to say these things, not to a man, but to men. This is a story to be told for all people to adhere to. We like I said before, the Bible isn't necessarily, even if when it's talking about a single person, it's not talking to or about a single person. It's talking about all men. Even in Job, where Job is being tested by Satan, it is a lesson to be learned that you too, as a Christian, can be tested at any time by God. So fear that which you do not understand. Fear God that can not just kill you, but can take your soul away. Okay? So I don't think you're taking the position to heart, so to speak. You're again, we've been talking about this, you're looking outside the box. You're not in the box. You're not both feet, arms, legs, everything in this box. Go on.
Neither are Christians in the box that you're saying they should be in, evidently. I mean, if we were to do a poll of all kinds of Christians, moderates, extremists, whatever, and we were to ask them, do you think that everything Jesus said in the Gospels to any person was meant to apply to all people throughout all time thereafter? How many of them do you think would say yes? If they don't, it doesn't matter whether you think they should say yes, it's a straw man. You can't make a straw man argument if he doesn't first believe. Anu doesn't believe that everything Jesus said was meant for all people throughout all time. So you can't convince him that he believes something and then try to argue against that. That's the epitome of a straw man. I mean, you guys are making a fallacy, and that's bad debate.
Credos is taking a different aspect to this passage. We're showing that it is more of a commandment than it is. I don't even think Credos is taking it as a request, showing that the passages are talking about a specific instance with a specific person. We're taking it as the interpretation of such, okay, shows that it's going in a different direction than he sees it. That there are different ways to interpret these things. And if you look at this and how it's connected to other parables or other passages in the Bible, that it shows it to be something a little bit more, I don't know, the word I would use would possibly be sinister than how he's taking it. It's not that it's a straw man on how we're saying that he is saying what it says. He is specifically saying something different. We're showing that the interpretation is something different when you're looking outside the box than inside the box. And the thing is, what you're talking about where Christians, you're giving them this test, I would suggest from what we've been seeing here as a whole, I think most Christians, at least 51%, okay, closer to the the border than the extreme, would go along with Jesus' words to be for all people. That Jesus is not just talking to one person. Jesus is talking to everybody. In order to follow the Word of God, stories had to be told. And you are to listen to these, and you are to follow these. I don't know. Anybody? Go on.
Let's ask Anu. Anu, do you think you're in a vast minority of Christians who interpret this the way you do, or do you think you're pretty much par for the course?
I mean, I don't know any Christians that interpret these passages to mean that all Christians should sell all that they own. And I don't think I've ever met anybody that interprets it that way. Now, so based on my anecdotal experience, I would say that I'm in the majority. We could argue about whether or not we should interpret it that way, but what's the point of that conversation?
Hey, Credos, that's not really the question. The question that he's asking is, at this point, is does Jesus, when he talks in the Bible, is he talking for all mankind or just specific individuals? Or two specific individuals? Are these texts to be, when he's talking in this, whatever you get out of this passage, okay, is that interpretation for all Christians, or is it just meant for the